Hello there, everybody. This is Mel Allen. Baseball is simply out of this world. Astronauts? No, man. This year, the Astros are. And they're up in orbit after a launch propelled by the Big Bang Theory. The Big Ripper is one reason why Baltimore is playing heavenly. And there's a decent chance the streaking O's might never come down to earth. With players like the Rocket Man turning on his afterburners, the Cards are trying to dig themselves out of a black hole and regain some altitude. A shooting star blazed like a meteor to earn his own special space. So stay tuned as we explore the big league galaxy, y'all, right here on This Week in Baseball. Celebrating our 10th anniversary.
Well, without a doubt, happy 10th anniversary to you, This Week in Baseball. My favorite show. It's the only one that I make sure I catch every week, and that's the God's Honest Truth.
Glad it's your hobby, Bobby. American League action. In Baltimore, the Orioles make their move. The O's often start slow but finish fast, and that pattern was taking shape after 5 straight wins put them within reach of first place in the East. Jim Traber's a big reason for the surge. Filling in for the injured Eddie Murray, the 24-year-old rookie hit .360 with 5 homers and 14 RBIs in a 10-game span.
This guy's going to be a good ball player, and this guy's going to help our club someday in some manner, shape, or form. I knew that one day he'd have some success in the major leagues, even though it took an extra 2 or 3 years to prove it.
Cal Ripken has long since proved it. Batting above .300 with 16 homers and 56 RBIs, he recently became the 14th big leaguer ever to play in 700 straight games.
Baseball is slumps and hot streaks. When you're in a hot streak, you try to ride it out as long as you can, and when you're in slumps, you try to keep it as short as you possibly can. I was in a slump a little bit longer than I would like to early in the year, but I've been swinging the bat very, very well for some time now, and I hope I can carry that on to the end of the year.
Fred Lynn has been carrying on all season, but without much notice. Fact is, he's quietly compiled a batting average above .300 with 17 home runs and 52 RBIs. But the player who's really come on for Baltimore this year is reliever Don Ossie. With 4 wins and a team record 27 saves, he's had a direct hand in more than half the team's victories so far. And Ossie's got a chance to break the big league record of 45 saves in one season.
The team has instilled confidence in me, the way they play, and behind me and the manager and the coaches and everybody, they have instilled confidence in myself, just added to my own, and that helps a lot. You come in a situation, and it's short relief, it's do or die. You're either going to get a loss or a save most of the time, and fortunately it's worked out pretty good this year.
Donnie, when he first came up, I thought was going to be just a great pitcher. He had 4 pitches. He still has 4 pitches. But what he has now that he didn't have then is control. Be 4 balls and a man on first. Now, he's getting the first ball over, and the hitters, they know that. Anytime he makes the hitters hit the ball, the odds are in his favor.
Odds are the O's are in the race to stay. The recent slump of Boston has put just about every other team right back in the Eastern Division chase. The Red Sox went flat cold after the All-Star break, dropping 10 out of 13, and saw their once sizable lead fall to just a handful of games.
High pop fly. This ought to do it. It will be Grich. Boston hitters, the last 14 went without a hit. So they were completely stopped dead in the water.
The Sox are hearing the footsteps of 5 other teams in the toughest division in the majors, and they're trying hard not to think about 1978.
They say that we folded in 1978. Nobody mentions that the Yankees played 7-20 baseball from August 1 on, and we had to win the last 11 out of 12 just in time for that playoff game. We won 99 ball games that year.
But the Yankees won the division flag. And these days, New York and all the rest are hoping to knock Boston's socks off.
O'Brien! And he's safe at first base. Holy cow! The game is over. I want to tell you, what a finish. What a win
Then if that doesn't pick the Yankees up and get them on their way.
We've been playing 500 ball for 2 months, and they haven't run away from us too far. And we feel if we get hot, we can put a lot of pressure on them, and that's what we're going to have to do, and we have the talent to do it.
Mike Flanagan and Don Ossie combine on a 1-0 shutout of the Minnesota Twins. Ossie recording his 25th save in what has been a magnificent season.
We can make a run at Boston at the end there because New York is pushing on them, and that's going to make them look over their shoulder a little bit, and we just might sneak in there.
Lou Whitaker has edged over towards second. The pitch to the plate is lined right at Lou, and he's going to get two one way or another.
There's just too many good teams out there that if we're not up there high in defense, I don't think you'll see us late in September.
Gambler has done it again. The Indians win by a score of 5-4 with a run in the bottom of the 10th.
They're coming also. You know, for the first 2 years that I had these young players, it was tough, and now I think they've graduated from junior high school to high school, which I call the big leagues, and they're ready to compete right now.
0-2 on Johnny Mo. Outside corner, struck 3 called. Moses can't believe it.
I think that we have a great pitching staff. That's been the depth of our team, throughout the years. So as soon as these guys get back on track, there's no question about it. The Blue Jays will be making a run at the Boston Red Sox.
But Al Nipper gave the Red Sox renewed hope. He went all the way to beat the White Sox, and that marked the first time in almost 3 weeks that a pitcher other than Roger Clemens has won a ball game for Boston. Now, let's open the notebook for This Week in Baseball's TWIB notes from around the American League. Roger Clemens was ejected for arguing in a loss to Chicago. But even so, with 2 wins before that, his record stands at a remarkable 17-3.
The game's been close throughout the mid-innings, and then it kind of breaks open. So that's what I try and do, try and take the wind out of the guy's sail over there a little bit. And right now it seems to be easy. I guess it's what you call you're in a good groove, and it seems like I'm in a real good groove. So I hope that I stay in that groove.
Cleveland's Tom Candiotti in a pretty fair groove himself. In his first year with the Indians, the 28-year-old knuckleballer has 10 wins, and he's gone the distance 9 times to rank second in the league. A sweet surprise for the Tribe this season. Since Tony La Russa became skipper in Oakland, the A's have been A+. Fired by the White Sox in mid-June, he signed on with the A's 2 weeks later, and the team went on to win 14 of its next 22 games.
Overall, we've had, good defense and just enough offense, but I'd say the number one thing we've done is our starting pitching has really come along. For example, in this last Boston series, the 3 guys that took the ball, Young and Duhar and Stewart, all pitched very effectively until the latter part of the game, and we really didn't have to do much as far as scoring to win those games. So starting pitching has been probably the best part of the club.
Dave Stewart has been one of the key parts. Acquired from Philadelphia in late May, Stewart has been used mostly as a starter in recent weeks because of injuries, and he's won 4 straight starts. Now, this week's quiz, brought to you by Nissan. Test drive the all-new Nissan truck hard bodies at your Nissan Datsun dealer now. Oakland's Jose Canseco has taken the league by storm as a 22-year-old rookie. His 23 home runs were second in the league, and his 83 RBIs ranked first. In fact, he has a chance to break the Major League record for most RBIs by a rookie. Now, for this week's quiz, can you name the player who set that record? Stay tuned for a splendid Hall of Famer. National League review. In Houston, the Astros remain in orbit.
And here's the 1-2 pitch to Craig Reynolds. Slow curve hit high and deep to right field. Back goes Washington. This ball is gone. Grand slam home run for Craig Reynolds.
Single in left field. It's the game winner. The Astros win it.
Astros have 2 hits as we start the bottom of the 10th inning.
Oh, yeah. Bye-bye. Gone. Oh. And look at the Astros come out of the dugout.
Oh, this crowd is up. They're trying to see him do it for the 3rd straight game. Smash, fair ball. Astros win. Astros win. Astros win again. If you haven't gotten excited yet about this 1986 Houston Astros baseball team, I don't know what it takes.
Yes, sir, Astromania is taking hold in the Dome. Houston won 10 of its first 14 games after the All-Star break to build some breathing room atop the West.
We started the season without Jose Cruz and Terry Poole, and some other guys have been struggling, but our pitching's been outstanding. All our starters have done a good job. Our relief pitchers have done real well, and they've kept us close, and they've given us an opportunity to win each and every game we've played in, and fortunately we've been able to come up with a clutch hit late in the game in order to win.
Frankly, we haven't hit as well as a team this year as we have in recent years, where we've started to really come around as a hitting ball club, second in the league in hitting last year. But we've had the timely hits. We've had some late-inning home runs, kind of heroic type stuff. Certainly, we're hoping that that's not what it requires to win all the time, because you can't get that day in and day out.
Case in point, Glenn Davis, who suffered through an 0-for-19 slump after blasting a game-winning home run against Montreal in the bottom of the 10th. So how did he break out? With a game-winning home run against Atlanta. Through ups and downs like that, the 25-year-old first baseman is glad to have some veteran teammates to lean on.
That's one thing I've been thankful for, being young and all. They were there, especially the guys on this team. They were there to back me up and so-called teach me the ropes, and break me in a little bit. And if I feel like I'm struggling and I have a problem or something or other, those are the guys that I go to, and I listen to them. And it's just great to have guys like Jose Cruz and the Phil Gardners and those guys that have been around for a long time. It makes you feel like, well, I listen to them, and I know I can learn from some of the best.
The rest of the league is learning that the Astros are for real. On to St. Louis, where the Cards try to recapture past glory. What goes up must come down, they say, and the Redbirds have come way down from their pennant-winning heights of last year.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game on a home run by the Wizard.
To the gap in left center, McGee. Yes! Unbelievable!
Swinging a long one into left field. Adios, goodbye, and maybe that's a winner.
Here's his pitch. Fastball hit to left. It's deep to the track. Range could be. It's gone. Tommy Herr hits a two-run homer. The Cardinals pull off another miracle.
No miracles this year. In fact, the Cards have spent time in the cellar. But 7 straight wins pulled them out of last place. And they do have hope with players like Todd Worrell, a rookie reliever with 21 saves. Just 3 shy of the single-season record for saves by a rookie, set by Boston's Dick Raditz in 1962. 85 Rookie of the Year Vince Coleman continues to burn up the bases. 68 steals to lead the majors. Andy Van Slyke has been picking up the slack, playing several positions and batting near .370 since the All-Star break as the Redbirds battle to regain respectability. Now, let's review this week in baseball's TWIB notes from around the National League. The New York Mets are making a mockery of the Eastern Division race. In every other division, the last-place team is closer to first than the second and third-place teams are in the East. Sluggers like Darryl Strawberry are the reason New York leads the league in team batting and home runs, 100 in the first 95 games. Pitchers such as Bob Ojeda are the reason why the Mets lead the majors in staff ERA at below 3.1. He won 6 straight to go 12-2 and lead all big league starters with an ERA below 2.3. Fernando Valenzuela is having a superb season, even as the Dodgers struggle. First 14-game winner in the league. First in complete games with 12. Second in strikeouts and shutouts, and third in innings pitched. The return of Pedro Guerrero should give L.A. a lift. Injured at the end of spring training, he came back this week. Dave Parker has provided Cincinnati with all the punch it needed to rejoin the Western Division race. In the first 13 games after the All-Star break, Parker batted almost .340. He drove in 18 runs and belted 7 homers to take over the league lead with 23. And now let's take up the answer to this week's Nissan quiz. Hall of Famer Ted Williams was known as the Splendid Splinter for his prowess at the plate with Boston. In 1939, Ted set the Major League record for RBIs by a rookie with 145, most in the league that season. He finished his 19-year career with 1,839 RBIs to rank 10th on the all-time list. Hey, fans, you know baseball is a game of stops and starts, and when big leaguers start slipping, it's hard to stop the slide. Sliding away. But hey, man, stop looking so surprised. After all, once you start the ball rolling, you never know where it's going to stop. So there's no use trying to start making sense of it all. Like I said, it's a game of starts and stops. And when you're just getting started, the stops aren't always easy as pie. Time now to start it up with heart-pounding heroics from big leaguers looking mighty fine in the field. Starting off with Pittsburgh's Joe Orsulak. Houston's Jose Cruz. Detroit Tiger Chet Lemon with a honey of a catch. Los Angeles Dodger Franklin Stubbs. New York Yankee Rickey Henderson. Yankee teammate Mike Pagliarulo. Spike Owen, Seattle Mariners. Fellow Mariner Harold Reynolds. The Astros again with Dickie Thon. California's Wally Joyner. The angelic Joyner with an encore. Philadelphia's Glenn Wilson. Ouch. Baltimore's Fred Lynn. But don't blink, because here he comes again. And finally, San Diego's Tony Gwynn. Now, it's This Week in Baseball's 10th anniversary flashback, brought to you by Gatorade. Let's flash back to 1981.
3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 outs away. Pressure building on Ryan. Many would consider this the toughest man in the lineup to get out. Dusty Baker, 2 balls, no strikes. This may be it.
And it was. For Nolan Ryan, an achievement of epic proportions. Career no-hitter number 5. Only pitcher in Major League history with 5. He got the last one at the age of 34.
Hard to believe that I finally accomplished it, because I guess if there's one thing I wanted to do in my career was pitch at 5th one since I've had a shot at it, and I've had a shot at it for a long time. And at my age, I was really starting to think that I probably wouldn't get it, because I've gotten into late innings before. Oh, even twice this year I went into the 7th with no hitter going, and I just didn't seem to have that stamina that I used to have to put somebody away. And I think today I felt stronger. I didn't strike a lot of people out in the later innings, but I tried to be a little finer. I didn't challenge as many guys in the late innings as I had earlier. The key to me is getting my breaking ball over. You can't win with one pitch. You can't shut people out with one pitch, because these guys, it's timing. They're fastball hitters. It doesn't matter how good a fastball you have. But if you have that breaking ball in there where they have to think about that, and you can put that thought in your mind, then you can get the fastball by them.
That day, Nolan Ryan didn't have as exceptional fastball as what I've seen, but he had an exceptional curveball. And a lot of people talk about Nolan Ryan's fastball, but I think his devastating pitch is probably his breaking ball. And that day, he had his breaking ball working for him. I was the last out of the ball game. I had made up my mind that he wasn't going to strike me out, and I wanted to get a base hit badly. I mean, badly, because I didn't want to, every time I see Nolan's no-hitter against us, it shows me trotting to first base, and I'm out, and they're celebrating. But I'm happy for him now, but I wasn't very happy at the time.
Nolan brought about probably one of the biggest thrills for me with the no-hitter that he threw, the 5th no-hitter, breaking Sandy Koufax's 4. To be able to catch that one was a special thrill for me. I had seen 2 of Sandy's no-hitters in person, and I grew up in L.A., so that was a big thrill for me to see Sandy's, and then to be able to catch Nolan's was, and have my name go down in the record book with him, I think is just a real special event for me.
And one of the greatest accomplishments in big league history. Well, that's all for now, folks. See you next week on This Week in Baseball.
The Cleveland Indians take on the Detroit Tigers live from the stadium Tuesday night at 8:30 here on WUAB. The Herb Score Show is coming your way next on Channel 43.